It's an exciting time to be a hoe right now. Welcome back to These Things Happen. Little theme music.
Yeah, we got some interesting topics today.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to These Things Happen. It has been over a year, and I'm so sorry. It's never going to happen again. It's your host, Lex, the crown jewel. To my right, I have Nile, aka God, what was I? I'm
The
terrible.
mole,
AKA the mole, AKA
friend
the
zone
breaker.
breaker.
And Adrian is forever in our hearts. He'll be back soon.
Yeah, he's been fired, let go from the podcast, canceled, if you will.
Yeah, he doesn't want to show up to work, and the show has to go on without him, literally.
You know how black people be.
Um, I missed you all so much. I don't even know where to even begin. Where we last left off, I think I had a couple random guests, and then the last you heard about me personally was my first time. And so much has changed since my first time, hasn't it, Niley?
Yeah, Lex, we had to bully Lex a little bit. We never believed that she would get over the hump, but now she has been over the hump several times. She's
Several
been the
times.
hump several
Yeah.
times.
It's crazy now. I mean, I have a list. I've girl bossed so hard. I accidentally boinked my best friend's ex. Didn't know.
Whoa.
Didn't know.
I didn't know about this one.
Yeah.
Girl boss so hard. That's a nice way to explain being an asshole.
It wasn't. I didn't know. Obviously, did not know. Had
Did
I
you
known,
go back?
No. When I found out, I didn't. No. After my first time, I boinked one of our regulars. I don't even know what I can call him. We call him Juice Head because all he did was work out, and he had like 5 brain cells. But he treated me nice.
Sometimes those guys be the best. They just,
He just
focus.
He literally worked out, took me to lunch, and we would boink, and it was nice.
Fuck it.
We were doing that for a while, and then I stopped talking to him because he bought a girl on a date to Tap House
Oh, yeah.
while I was still working there.
I feel like I briefly remember you mentioning that. A little messed up.
Yeah. It's different from when Money Man bought girls, because this guy we were actually like kind of dating.
Yeah.
And I didn't care that he was dating other people. Like,
Yeah.
that's a part of me that I think that's grown so much. Could care less that he was seeing other people, but he bought a girl to my place of work.
I feel like that's a weird boundary that like restaurant workers always have to set when they're seeing people, is like a discussion that you actually legitimately have to have with someone, is like,
You would think.
yeah, like maybe you think it was common sense, but like
Well,
you
he
do
had
have to
5
mention.
brain cells, so.
Hey, I've dealt with the same thing though. It's happened to me with people who don't have 5 brain cells, but
Oh, really?
yeah, sometimes you got to mention it to people, like, don't bring someone into my job, or
Yeah.
don't fucking, don't shit where you eat, sort of thing.
Oh. Well, I guess I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
And then after him, mind you, these men are now just about hitting my year mark since I've blinked these guys. The guy after that, he was an MMA fighter. We'll just call him MMA fighter. And he had been after me for quite some time, but I was a virgin, so I'd be like, no, I would never do that. And it was after I came home from Bonnaroo last year. So this was like the end of June last year.
Okay.
All this was happening. This other guy, he hits me up randomly, who had been chasing me, and I was like, you know what? What are you doing right now? And I went over to his house, and then we had a fling. And it's just so crazy because to think about like how I'm just so casual, like, well, what are you doing right now?
Yeah, that's
I'll come
how it
over.
works sometimes.
Me, before this podcast, before I became friends with you, could never imagine me being so casual about that.
Hey, sometimes that's the best, or that's the most fun type shit.
It was exciting.
Yeah.
And the only reason why we stopped talking is because he got a girl pregnant, and now they are together. And I wish him the best. Honestly, he's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
He could have just been like, fuck you, stop talking to me. He literally was like, I think you're great, but I got this girl pregnant. We're going to figure it out. And I think they're still together. So
Okay.
I love that for them.
That's cute.
Yeah, no, he was very mature about it.
Yeah. That's a love story for sure.
Yeah. So now I am kind of casually messing around with this one guy, a black man, an African-American man, a king.
You guys hear how happy she got? She's fetishizing.
No,
this
I'm
one.
not. I would never.
A king?
We know my history. Obviously, I never discriminated. Like I just went after, not even went after, like, I feel like I attracted white men the most because we had more in common, like music wise and some hobbies, not everything.
Yeah.
But
and I feel like in like working in restaurants in like the Trolley area or Wilmington area, that's kind of who you meet is just a lot of white people.
A lot of white people. And I was boinking some white guys here and there, and now that I'm with this black guy, he's made me realize how weird all the white men that I have boinked are. Like, he's such a great guy. I hope we just keep doing our thing, but yeah, he's like really opened my eyes. I hope I meet more men like him.
Is there a different level? I know you said like weird, obviously, like, you know, there's cultural differences and personality differences.
Yeah.
Is there like a level of like kind of maybe like coolness or like chillness or maybe understanding things without it having to be like explicitly mentioned sort of stuff?
I think all that. Yeah, like he has like his swagger is different from the white men that I've been with. He's so cool and he's really mature. We can relate culturally to some things that and we can relate. We have like similar backgrounds that we relate to that I could not relate to with a white man. So it works.
Yeah. No, I definitely I get that too. Like, I feel like in my experience, like even something as simple as like the clothing, like when you're dating white people, I don't know if it's the same for white guys. Well, no, I think it is the same for white guys because I've seen it with my own eyes. But sometimes there's like an occasion where like you got to dress up or you got to get fly or something like that, and they don't understand the assignment. They're not there.
They wear a polo and khaki shorts,
and they might, if it's nice out, they might fuck around wear some sandals. Yeah. And this is used, you know, this is supposed to be a nice backwards hat, sandals, fucking polo,
and that's acceptable for them.
Yeah.
But you know, another ugly truth is that most African Americans just have to try harder.
A little bit.
And he always dresses really nice.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You know, I remember. Yeah, when we was all at Point to Point last week, I feel like all the folks, we got a little fly on them.
We did. We looked really nice. He came to Point and met the squad. So yeah, I mean that's all you guys get for now. And I don't know what else I want to say.
Yeah,
that's all.
Mind y'all's business.
To be continued. Some things I may have to censor now. Yeah.
You gotta bleep stuff out.
Not at Tap House anymore. A lot of the listeners already know. For the ones that don't, basically I got in trouble for taking off work too much, and then our owner tried to tell me that he didn't think I was a volume bartender anymore. So, but he said literally his words. Yeah. I don't know. He told me he didn't think I was a volume bartender, but said because he knows how much people like me and he knows how much like the community like really enjoys me, I could keep my weeknights.
That was crazy.
Isn't it?
That is kind of like it. That's like I want you to quit, but I don't have the heart to make you to like fire you. Yeah,
I also thought it was a mix of that and also like I feel like he low key knew how much business I brought in. So a mix of that, but like to him, because for him to think I would stay after that was crazy.
Yeah.
But I left, and obviously it was so hard because I had put so much into that job. I loved my friends there.
You were making social media stuff for them and stuff.
I was doing TikToks for them. Some of them they never went viral, but some of them would get a couple thousand views. And
shit, that's viral enough in Delaware.
Yeah, I know for Delaware it is viral. But no, it is what it is, and I'm so much happier now. I'm working in Philly, and we love that. Things are good now. My college sugar daddy wants to start giving me money again. The beautiful black guy that I'm kind of casually seeing has been great to me. So it's been like, life is good right now.
Y'all heard that? She talking like that chick that was fucking with Shannon Sharp, talking about a beautiful black guy. Now next she's gonna say a big black baby. It's coming. I can hear it in her voice.
No, it's not. Please don't do that to me. Everyone's too sensitive. I'm not. I'm black too.
That sounded like you was trying to convince everyone, including yourself.
Oh God. All right. Anyway. I kind of have a hot take.
Okay.
My hot take is the least you could do. If where I'm at right now is if I'm boinking you, the least you could do is take me out to dinner. We do something like a casual date first. I was looking up randomly for quite some time after those two guys I talked about. And I was in the phase where I just wanted to see like all the dicks. I was so curious. I was so into like just going to people's houses, letting them come over my house. You
just wanted to see the dicks?
Well, I mean, and boink them too, but I wanted to see all the dicks. And and after a while, like, I started, well, again, realizing how weird some of the guys were. And I started realizing, like, if I'm doing this, like, maybe I should just, like, do something casual, like go get a coffee with them or something first, because I'm just, like, I feel like it gives you an opportunity to kind of fill them out. Because some of the dudes I just, like, come over or vice versa, had I at least gotten a coffee or went on a walk with them, wouldn't have even blinked them.
Yep. It's a learning curve, though. It's a learning lesson. Like you said, like, you had really no experience. So, like, I feel like that's something everybody has to learn a little bit. The first couple times you have sex or first couple times you hook up with someone, it's just exciting. You're like, oh, that was fun. Like, it felt good. Whatever. You know, that was exciting. I'm doing it. I'm out there. Yeah. And then you do get into that mode where you're just like, all right, like, you know, I just want to fucking hook up with people. And then you hit that point where you're like, actually, might work better if, like, I could just know a couple things about them. Like, know what type of job they do, or like know if they're like, if they have some weird fucked up opinions about some shit. Know if they got like a weird fucking political hot take or something, like, and you don't want to reward them for that by giving them pussy.
No, not with this gracious lusciousness here. Yeah. It definitely, I was just so I was like a curious cat, and now I'm like, no, we have to figure something out.
Yeah.
And even now, let's call the guy I'm pointing right now, we'll call him the doctor.
The doctor. Haux. It's actually Haux. Haux MD.
Okay, Haux MD. Sure. Haux MD. Again, like, he's so great, and he was actually no, I can't give too many details. What can I, God, I have to be careful now. Damn it.
Sorry, we can put the bleeps in later.
We are having so much fun. We casually just started hooking up. Like, I literally just went, hey, can I come over? And that's how, like, our kind of situationship started. And we have that's all it was for, like, about a month and a half.
Had you been talking for a little bit before that?
We talked for maybe 3 days before I said, can I come over?
All right, shit. Sometimes you got to move fast. I hate the talking forever.
I strike hot, like Adrian has taught me. I'm just like him. We're going to get into that in another episode. I really think, I keep telling people I think I'm just like Adrian now, and no one believes me, but we have to wait for him to come back for us to.
You don't want to be like Adrian. You want to be like a step below. To save your humanity.
Maybe I'm honestly a step below, but and now the way I look at things, I'm like, shit, this is something Adrian would do. The way I move, it's crazy now.
Shit, he be right about some stuff. He's crazy, but he be right about some shit.
He do. Anyway, me and Haux MD, he took me to a concert last week, and we had the best time, and that was like our first, like, date, I guess, because like all I do is come over. We don't do anything. And remember, and before this date, I put Adrian and Nile in a group chat, and I was like, hey, like, I like this guy, like, I'm cool with the casual thing, but I kind of want to, like, go out to dinner or, like, go bowling. Like, I'm not asking them, like, to go to a steakhouse. We can fucking go get a triple dipper at Applebee's. I mean, at Chili's. Yeah. But Adrian laughed at me and said, he's already fucking you. Why would he do that? And then you said something more reasonable. I forget what you said.
I like how we just gave Adrian credit for being right about some stuff, but then
I know,
literally immediately after, it's like, all right, now he's just saying bullshit. Now, I will say that's how most guys probably think about it. Like, I'm already fucking this girl. Like, why do I have to do anything?
Yeah.
But I've always been, I think a lot of women kind of think that way too. Like, if they're on the same boat where they're like, I don't really like this guy that much. I just want to fuck him. So I don't want to put in an effort, or, like, I do want to reject his advances if he wants to do stuff.
Yeah.
I've always been in your camp, though, your thought process, where I'm like, if I'm fucking someone consistently, we can go do little fun stuff. Doesn't have to be like a real date. Doesn't have to be anything pressure filled. We don't need to go on a vacation. But, like, we can, like you said, we can go fucking bowling. We can go grab drinks somewhere. Like, I've always been, if you're seeing them consistently, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's fine in my book. That's not crossing the line.
Yeah.
Not sending the wrong message.
I think, and that's completely fine. And I feel like now where I'm at, I think doing those things kind of, like, builds foreplay.
Yes.
Like, when we went to the concert last week, it was great. We were, like, touching, feeling, kissing, having fun. And then when we got home, we could not keep our hands off of each other. I feel like we always been having, like, I have a good time with him, but it was, like, super fun. I think because we had, like, fun beforehand.
Correct. Yeah, no. Going, like, having, like, a nice little fun date night and then going home after, never more roused than that. Like, that's as good as it probably gets, I feel like.
Yeah. So now I'm like, how do I be like, hey, like, we should do that more?
I feel like his schedule, probably, right?
Kind of. He's really busy. We're both really busy.
Yeah, so you're both really busy. I feel like on some of those days, Well, two, I want to ask this. On those times when you go over, are you just coming straight over, then y'all just get right to business? Or are you coming over, you watch a movie, you hang out, maybe there's dinner or something like that?
There's never any dinner.
Okay.
We'll talk for maybe even like an hour sometimes, just like catch up about our week. So
are you on the bed? Are you on the couch?
We're on the couch. We're on the couch in his living room, and he'll put on something. It never lasts long though.
Yeah, of course.
But then we will talk for like a while before we actually like get down to business.
Okay. But you guys have had a couple public little things now.
Only concert. 2.
Okay, all right. Well, you're slowly getting there. I would say on one of these nights when you know like maybe he doesn't have work super early in the morning the next day, or like maybe he didn't have a long day or something like that, maybe just say like, hey, I'm off today. Would you want to just grab a drink? Keep it casual at that. And then that starts the conversation. He could say, nah, well, I do want to hang out, but like I'm tired or something. Fine, whatever. Don't get offended. Just say, all right, fine. We're just back in our normal situation.
All right.
Or if he says yes, then you can maybe morph it into something. Well, so where do you want to get drinks at? You want to get drinks at the bowling alley? You want to get drinks at the fucking like mini golf or something like that?
Yeah.
Like, you can morph it into a little hangout.
Well, I'm off this Thursday, so I have to try this now, and I will report back.
Try it, yeah. Just shoot it. Just send it out there because it's like negotiation. You already are where you want to be, which is hanging out with him. You already want to go to his house and hang out with him, and boink. So now you're aiming for something higher.
Yeah.
If the something higher is a no, you still get back to where you wanted to be anyway.
Yeah.
You still get to go over and hang out and do what you've been doing. There's really nothing to lose.
Yeah. Now I'm getting nervous because I think like, what happens when we stop talking? What if I don't find another nice man like him?
Well, this is the benefit of, trust me, as an expert in not making things last. Now you know what you're looking for. Now you know what makes you feel good. Because before...
That's true, I do.
When you didn't have experience, you're just like, I have this idea of all these things, that these boxes that need to be checked and blah, blah, blah. And then when you get out there and in real life and you meet someone, you're like, actually, you know what? Some of this shit, there's some boxes checked, but some of this shit doesn't really matter. Some of the shit that I talked about was like bullshit or like not really that important at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So now you know... You'll still meet people that you try out and you feel like, this could go somewhere. And then you're like, actually, no, it's not going anywhere. But that won't hurt because you'll know that like they're not making you feel good.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, it's a learning experience.
I feel like I'm talking to my dad right now.
That's what everyone calls me. So
Papa Nile.
Yep. I'm dad to everyone.
Well, what about you? You want to tell our audience what you've been up to? What's been going on?
I've been chilling. I really have not
Lying.
been out. I really have not been out there lately. I'll say over the this might be something for like another episode. I had like a mild stalking incident. Like a mild stalking.
You never told me this.
This happened very recently, like a mild kind of stalking incident with some girl where I was like, this is a little bit concerning. But yeah, I feel like over the past maybe like year or so, I really haven't been doing much. I like moved into a new apartment. My job changed around. Like I just been kind of like chilling.
Our jobs have changed.
Yeah, like I just been kind of chilling, not really doing too much, saving money, like not trying to spend a lot, not really out there as much these days. I don't have the energy to be like juggling and fucking going out every night and meeting people and all this type shit.
It's tough.
I did have like a little fling earlier this year, where I was not looking for anything. I really was not trying to do shit, but this girl came on to me. She was a little bit younger, which is not my vibe, and I wasn't really into it at first.
Okay, Adrian.
I really wasn't into it at first. But her friend was like, she thinks you're so hot, and I was like, she's pretty hot too. But I was like, I'll give her a shot. A little bit younger, and I was like, this can just be like a little hookup thing. She was like 24. But then I got to know her a little bit, and I was like, you know what, she's kind of cool. She's kind of mature a little bit. I'd be down to maybe go somewhere with this, or like, you know, be exclusive. Man, I don't know about a relationship or whatever, but like, ended up not working out. Trust me, I'm an expert in these things. It never works out for whatever reason. Yeah, nothing ever lasts. But then right after that, I started seeing someone that I won't say I've been plotting on, but like maybe a month before that, we have been talking a little bit more and feeling it out a little bit more. And I was like, you know what? I really fuck with this person. Yeah. And so I started seeing them, and now like we've been kind of seeing each other. There's nothing serious or anything, but you know, we'll see where it goes.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited for all of these changes and beginnings that we both have.
I know, right?
I wish Adrian was here to share what he has going on.
Who the fuck knows what he's up to, honestly? He
I
can never
know.
make his mind up.
No, literally.
Adrian tells me sometimes, he's like, I'm older, I'm more mature now. I'm going for chicks who got everything together, doctors and lawyers. And then he'll pop up with a fucking a chick that's unemployed and has a drinking problem.
Well,
I'm like,
because
bro.
they have the same IQ level. Probably.
Yeah. He could, yeah, they're easy to manipulate, sort of thing.
That's his
But
type.
yeah, no, we'll see. I mean, yeah, I'm excited to see where both of our situations go because you're the rookie. This is all brand new to you.
Just a baby.
I'm just been like a bad luck machine. Like,
well, you're going, not to put your business out there, but aren't y'all going to a music festival together?
yeah, going to a music festival.
That's a goal.
That's fun. Yeah, that'll be dope. We're going to see like another musician all the way in fucking Wisconsin. So that's like a kind of a road trip thingy.
You're driving to Wisconsin?
Yeah, Hosier. I don't even know any Hosier music, to be honest.
He's gonna be at Bonner, and I'm so excited to see him.
Yeah, everyone loves.
Wow, that's cool.
Everyone loves Hosier.
You didn't
just women.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, that's in June.
Wow.
Yeah, but so it'll be interesting to see where things go. Like I'm just someone who's never been in relationships. I don't know how it works. I'm not gonna pretend like, oh, I know exactly what I want to do when I get into it, or I know how to be a good boyfriend and all this stuff. But
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
I just don't know what I'm doing, and I'm having fun, and I don't want it to stop. That's just where I'm at. And
I feel like that's probably the best way to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Or to grow into something
I could
more
be
important.
I can't even talk. A fun summer fling that could maybe evolve to something in the winter.
Okay, all right. I was about to say I've had some fun summer flings before. That's how you get your fucking heart broken.
No, but I would maybe it could evolve to something. When cuffing season, when drafting season starts, maybe he'll pick me. I don't know.
Yeah, fun summer fling turn into a nice fall FWB and turn into a winter wife and
maybe I just can't help but think that he has like other hoes. He may not, like you guys say, but I don't know. He's just so like established and smooth and.
But you said he's really busy.
Yeah.
But also too, though, I feel like on these early stages and when you really first meet someone and you start to get in, like you start to like them and hang out with them. It's kind of good to have the mindset that they are seeing other people so that you're not totally attached or that you're just like, you're not putting pressure on it. You're just like, all right.
It's helping me out a lot.
Yeah.
Something funny that actually happened. So he came in to see me at one of my bars a few weeks ago. And this is Delaware, mind you. It's so small, which is why I'm so happy I work in Philly now, because whatever odds this would happen in Philly. So stuff like this happens in Delaware probably every day.
Yeah.
He came in, Haux MD came to see me in Delaware. And coincidentally, this other guy that I had blinked in the past was also there. The bar was empty.
That's Delaware.
Why does Haux MD sit right next to him and they start yapping it up and talking?
How fast was your heart beating? How fast did you think the guy was going to be like, oh yeah, I came here to see this cute bartender and fuck your whole bag up?
Yeah. Oh my God. I just was like, can they just like shut up? Like, I was like, whatever odds. Mm-hmm. And just, it was just so funny. Like the whole situation honestly was like fun, a little stressful, but just overall funny to me. Cause again, just like, how did I get here?
And the fact that now your interactions with them behind the bar, like you can't go over and be cute to one and then try to be cute to the other one. You got to be like,
no.
You got to be professional all of a sudden.
Well, that's another thing. Also, so with Haux MD, I think it wasn't until literally the concert that we went to, he wasn't like really PDA with me.
Okay.
Like even like at point to point, and even like when he came to tap with me and my friends, like he just gets up and leave, wouldn't give me a hug, just say bye.
I fuck with that.
Okay, bye. He just Irishes goodbye. It wasn't until so I doubt. I wasn't expecting him to even be like that at when he came to my bar, but
it's valuable lesson.
Yeah,
valuable lesson about how small Delaware is and how careful you got to be.
Yeah,
when you got somebody that you actually fuck with, you got to be a little more careful.
Yeah,
that's why I'm being a good boy right now.
I'm proud of you. Gosh, what else? In my sexcapades, I have learned a lot about myself, and some of these will evolve into future episodes. I took my first Plan B. Remember, I sent you guys that photo. I took my first, hopefully my last Plan B.
I have one in my house right now, just in case. You got to keep one on you, fellas.
All guys should honestly
keep one in
get
the crib.
one. Yeah, get one. I might get one for my purse. Shit. I think when I first started this podcast, I was so insecure about giving head. The very first episode was my friend who is a cock gobbler. She came on and gave me lessons on how to give proper head.
You know what? I remember that episode. I didn't know that was the first one, but I thought differently that you were like always proud of your head.
No, I was.
You were like, I don't fuck, but I know how to suck dick.
I think you have me confused with Ariel, because Ariel would say that often.
No, I swear to God, when you were a virgin, you were like, I'll suck someone's dick.
I mean, I'll do it, but was I great at it? No, I was open to doing it, but I wasn't good at it. I'm really good at it now, so we've learned that. I can't ride dick though. I want to do an episode where stay tuned. I'm working on it. It's gonna be called "What They Should Have Taught You in PE," and we're gonna get into that. I can't be the only one. It's not even like a. It's
you
like
want them teaching the youth. The youth, they already ain't learning shit. Now you want to teach them how to fucking have sex.
They're already boinking. We can we can teach them certain stretches that women should be doing.
Yeah.
Not even on top of just the ride dick for your health.
Yeah.
Women should be doing that. They should have taught you in school. They didn't have to be like these are gonna help you ride dick. They could talk about the benefits on why you should do these stretches.
Okay.
But we're gonna get into that.
Way to rephrase it into a nice it's a women's health conversation.
Yeah. Another thing is foreplay. Before. Yeah, me and House MD don't do a lot of that beforehand, and I want to start because I like foreplay.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I think that honestly is just something to bring up.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of guys, myself.
Go ahead. Oh, okay. I was gonna just say we're hanging out tonight, and there's a couple things I want to bring up.
Yeah. Don't be real intense about it though, but it's worth mentioning because at the end of the day, if it's someone who cares about you in some facet, they want you to feel good. Yeah. That's the whole thing during sex. They want you to feel good. That should hopefully get them off as you enjoying it. And so if you're like, hey, I like this and that, then they should just, that's just a conversation to be had. Yeah. Sometimes people get focused on stuff or, get too excited even. It's not even just I'm going to ignore her because I just want to get my nut in. Sometimes it's you're just excited. You know, you're kissing, you're making out. Yeah. She's ready. You haven't had this conversation before. It's been fine. You still have been having sex. So you're just all right, this is how it goes.
I think this is a whole new area in this hookup culture for me now. And it's how do I communicate the things I want? Yeah. Because I've never been good at that. Even just communicating simple things, not even outside of sex, just telling someone, hey, don't do that, or hey, I like this. I've just always been so bad at
non-confrontational kind.
Yeah.
Does it make you a little nervous or something?
Yeah, it makes me nervous. I'm overthinking. I think they'll never want to talk
to
me again. I don't know. Kind of yes and no.
You've told him other stuff in the past though, you don't like that, and then he stopped or something, or we can't do that, and then he stopped, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was fine.
Exactly.
You're right.
Yeah, it's also too. It's about how you go about saying it. If you're you need to be better at this and that. All right. Okay. Finger pointing and fucking yelling at someone like a dog.
And I could never do that at all.
Yeah. That's going to make them feel like shit. And then that might kind of ruin the mood a little bit.
Okay.
But if you just say hey, I like to get this done, or this is going to turn me on so much and stuff like that, then it's good. Or even if you just mention it sometimes to someone, you don't do this enough, or you haven't been doing this a lot lately. It'll restart the brain. Oh shit, you're right. I have I've just been kind of getting right into it and shit.
Yeah.
Do you always give him head before sex?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you definitely got to bring it up.
Okay.
Because that's always a trade-off. Either way, either side. If you're the guy and she always gives you head before sex, then go ahead and get your ass down there. On the other side, if you're the guy and you always eat her out, sometimes, honestly, that's kind of helpful just to...
I don't even like head that much anymore. I think I used to like it. I still like it, and I think
what foreplay are you talking? You
I like
dry humping and making out and shit.
No, yeah, like making out, fingering,
okay.
Sucking on my neck.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, fellas, if you... Some of that shit is just, that's standard procedure. That's how you should be starting the sex anyway.
We just make out. We make out. We do oral. We blank. That's...
Yeah, add a little something. Add a little something extra.
Yeah,
In there.
I need a little
This
more.
is standard procedure. You should have some fingering going, something.
Yeah.
She should be nice and ready before you start the sex.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if you're the one, even if on the guy side, if you're like, I always give my girl head, but like she never does anything back, you can go ahead and have that conversation. Be like, hey, can I get a little something?
Yeah.
On the other side, if you're like, I always give him head and then I don't get anything,
No.
you can give a little something.
I do.
You could just say fingering, honestly.
Okay. And what's great, I really enjoy giving him head. I used to I think I never minded from the beginning. I think I had got some trauma from doing it before I had sex from the he's married guy and the he came in my mouth now and what guy. They made me really not want to give men head at all anymore. Like both of them traumatized me.
Yeah.
I hated it. Now I love it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just part of fucking sex.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, everyone likes to hear that. Everyone likes to hear a woman being like, I love to give head.
Yeah, I do like it.
And I think it does depend on guys too. Like I've had that conversation with women I'm seeing where they're like, I never really fucked with it, or I don't really like it that much, but I do like it with you. And I think some of it too, fellas, don't be so aggressive with the head. Kind of let her lead a little bit. When it's beginning and she's getting into it, that ain't when you grab her head and start fucking face fucking. Unless that's what she's into. You don't need to do that shit off rip. Yeah. Now if like later on into it, maybe you can you can sneak that. You can get into it a little bit more, but like that is not how you go about it. That's what makes women like, I don't want to fucking I don't want to give head because you're like puncturing my throat for no reason.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's true.
This is great. I think we can probably wrap up here. I am just
on that note,
we can wrap up. I'm so excited to bring back more guests and to have Nile back and hopefully find Adrian wherever he is and make his ass get to work. Because we have so much more to tell you guys, but we should probably say goodbye right now. We'll see you later.
Peace out, y'all.
Bye.